What's going on, boys? My name is Sid and welcome back to the channel. It's a big week this week, Wednesday, as well as not only do we get the McLaren Senna on June 1st, which is the week after this, but this next week is going to be pretty goddamn big in its own right. Not only are we getting a Japanese bike in the touring bike class or touring car, we're also getting a brand new Japan-themed event, as well as one of the most iconic Japanese cars in existence. So I'm going to be going into that. I'm going to be showing you why some of the things are what they are and what my thought process behind them being the things that I think they are is. I hope that made sense. Just before we go into it, do head down there and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Leave notifications on, etc. And the best thing you could do is just check out some of my content after this video. So when you're done with this one, it'll be in your recommended. Just check out one of my other videos after this one. So let's go into why I believe we are getting the Z1000 Kawasaki, a brand new Japanese low poly event, low pixel event, and the Nissan 300ZX. And to do that, I have to go here because first of all, we have the next week's summits. The summits, obviously forever Ferraris when we get the McLaren Senna, but Japan bits is where we get not only, as you can see, the Z1000 ABS, which if you own everything in the game, you'll see that that's the only thing that says you can't play it. That's because the Z1000 ABS isn't currently in the game. In fact, here it is. The Z1000 ABS, you can see it there, it's being added to touring bike. You can see it's already on the page for the Crew 2, as is the Senna and all the other cars that came this update. But there you can see the Kawasaki Z1000 ABS, it's already in street race in the game, but now it's being added to the touring car spec. On top of that, we have this event, Japan Bits Flashback, which if I quickly go to the Crew 2's trailer for this very update, American Legends, off cuff, off whim, you can see that right at the beginning of this update, they show 16 new stories, 8 new treasures, and 1 new live summit, which is this. You can see there's a sneak peek at it. There it is, a low poly, pixel, etc. flashback Japan-themed event, which you can get a pretty good shot at there. It's gonna be pretty cool. That also, all of this comes out this Wednesday. On top of that, we get a story every single week, and every other story we've gotten is a vehicle story, meaning you get a car from that story. So although these ones that I've talked about today, you know, they're quite obvious. You just go onto the summit, go on to next week's summit, which is refusing to load, and you'll see Japan bits with a new bike. You'll see the event in the background. You can see the Kawasaki there. All of that comes next week. However, this one I've had to be a bit more sneaky about. See, a while ago, we got this, obviously, telling us about the new season. Everything to come in the new season and all of the summits, some of the cars, the motor pass, the vanities, but on top of everything, the summits, like I said at the beginning, because you can see the Japan event there, you can see the Muscle Tour car there, but one major thing is that you can also see a car right there that happens to look a lot like the 300ZX Nissan. Now, this was at the beginning of this season, so people were instantly like, oh, god damn it, I'm gonna have to wait till June 15th for this car? June 15th, just for the 300ZX, but I fret not. Fret not, dear viewer, because the 300ZX, although the Summit version is coming at Night Shift 2, just like you can see the Riff Edition there, you can see that thing there, unlike the Summit version. The Crew 2 tweeted today, this week follows clues found by the archivist and find one of the most iconic Nissan ever produced. I don't know if that's a fact, but we got the image for the imported story. And here you can see that it has a bunch of shots on it that are, of course, there's San Francisco, a bit of Japan in there. You've got the Japanese number plate. But there's one other major thing. Why do I think this story coming out this Wednesday, tomorrow, why do I think this is the Nissan 300ZX and not some other Nissan or something else they could be adding? See, the reason is, not only do these side profiles and front profiles, look at those. Look at that top profile and then look at this car. Look at that side profile and then look at this car. And now, you see these things right here. These little numbers. Camshaft, operation of the full camshaft, I assume there's maybe brakes. So a couple of numbers. Something CC. A couple more numbers. Electronic fuel injection. Intercooled. Pan, Japan. But here you have at 6,400 RPM. And you have at 3,600 RPM. If you just so happened to search Nissan 300ZX twin turbo specs, you would see that the car has, get this, for horsepower, 6,400 RPM. For torque, 3,600 RPM. The exact same numbers that you can see right there. So, boys, like I say, this next week is going to be pretty damn big. Because not only do we get a new bike buyable instantly, not only do we get a brand new event, Flashback, a completely redesigned event, not only do we get a new car story, but it is one of the most anticipated, allegedly iconic Japanese Nissans ever made. The 300ZX. And that's coming to the crew too tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. You're going to see my guide that comes out on it early in the morning tomorrow, and you'll also see my video on the car the day after, and on the event the day after that, and I probably won't do a video on the bike, but you know what we're getting. And then the McLaren Senna releases June 1st, then we get another car story for Fabulous Las Vegas, then we get the actual Summit variation of the 300ZX, then we get another car story for the Community Summit. And then, well, it's the last week of the season, ain't it? And we're getting ready for the next season after that. So, I hope you boys are hyped. I hope, you know, people... I asked my stream if they wanted me to do a video for this. And they said, you know what? I get all my crew news from you, so why not do one? You know, so... yeah, bloody do one, Sid. But why not? Do one. So, I did one. And that's what I've done. Is telling you boys about the brand new event, the 300Z, the Z1000, the 300ZX, McLaren Senna, and the Summit variation of it. And not only that, but I gave you reasons for all of it. So, thank you to everyone who watched this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and whatnot. What do you think about the 300ZX? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you hyped for it? Are you not hyped for it? Do you care? Who knows? So, I will see you boys in the next one. That's about it from me. Thank you to popular members. A special thank you to famous members. And an insane thank you to Icon member, Dustin, for the love of life. That's about it from me, boys. In a bit.